So you'll have seen, as I do this, these are the 20 light hats, 14 light hats. I reviewed these. In fact, I reviewed this very pair probably around. I want to see if this has got. This is 07. So I mean, these are 2007. So it must be a little later. I had it in my head. I reviewed these about 2006, but 2007 would be good as well. And I actually used these on a recording that I did, along with a bunch of other 20s that I had at the time, including some like mini Chinas and things like that. Not the one that I've got now, but another one. But I reviewed these and then gave them back, and I was like, yeah, they're nice enough, but it wasn't really enough for me to want to try and purchase them at the time. And a few years later, the person I actually do the reviews for, it seemed that he'd bought them, and he was then subsequently selling them. So I bought them off him, and you know what, I've loved them ever since. These for me are very. These are sonically very different. And a little bit sort of feel-wise as well. The reason that they're different, I've always found that these have in fact, actually, if I ever wanted to get sort of all Steve Jordan-y in vibe, these are some of the hi-hats that I would go for. They always sound and sort of feel to me to be nearer to 16s. They've got a very sort of low fundamental pitch to them. And I've always kind of sort of heard them as being sort of fairly sizzly, with a little bit of just sort of subdued, as I said, just a sort of almost like a pair of sizzly 16s, but without being 16s. As I said, I mean, again, I don't play these very often. It's like some of the other bits and pieces. I don't play them very often because they kind of don't fit to what I'm doing sort of mostly at the moment. But I do keep them in this room generally, and which means anything in this particular room, not in a case, I generally I will use for recordings, or I'll just dig them out to to jam on them, and they're a great set of hi-hats. I'd love to hear what a pair of 15s or 16s actually sound like, to be honest. The only thing that I've always noticed, and I have no idea why, I've always noticed about these particular hi-hats is the bottom hi-hat cymbal for some reason always gets stuck in a funny position on the top of the cradle. Maybe it's just on this particular hi-hat stand. I don't think it is, because I've only just put this hi-hat stand in here. But yeah, for some reason they always seem to get caught at a funny angle. I don't know what it is, but it's a quirk of these particular hi-hats. But I love them, and if you like that sort of lower fundamental pitch, a bit muffled maybe, something that's not too bright, not too sort of brash, that will probably, I mean, I don't really sort of close mark the hi-hat very often, but these have got a lovely sort of lower pitch to them, and I highly recommend them actually. So this is what they sound like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.